What happens when the world's most dangerous standoff suddenly erupts? This weekend, the US launched its first direct airstrikes against Iran's nuclear facilities, shattering years of uneasy tension in the region and setting off a chain reaction that nobody can predict. Let's break down what just happened and why it matters for everyone, no matter where you live. It all started in the early hours of June 22nd. 7 US B-2 stealth bombers flying from Missouri crossed half the world to hit Iran's most fortified nuclear sites at Fordow and Natanz. These aren't ordinary targets. They're buried deep underground, so the US dropped 14 of its most powerful bunker buster bombs, the GBU-57S. At the same time, a US submarine lurking nearby unleashed over 24 Tomahawk cruise missiles at Iran's Isfahan facility. In total, the Pentagon says they used 75 precision-guided weapons and over 125 aircraft, including decoys designed to mislead Iranian defenses. The damage? According to the UN nuclear watchdog, these strikes likely caused very significant damage, but there's a catch. Inspectors haven't been allowed in since June 10th. Nobody knows for sure where Iran's 400 kilograms of weapons-grade uranium are now. And that's just the nuclear side of things. Israel, locked in an 11-day conflict with Iran, also struck deep into Tehran, targeting the Araghchi headquarters, missile sites, and even the infamous Evin prison. Iran, meanwhile, kept up its barrage, sending missiles into southern Israel, cutting power and setting off sirens across the country. Iran's military isn't backing down. Top generals are vowing revenge, promising that the US can start this war, but we will be the ones who end it. There's even talk in Tehran of pulling out of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty and closing the Strait of Hormuz, the narrow waterway that carries a huge chunk of the world's oil. The rest of the world is watching, nervous. Russia and China both condemned the US strikes. China, which gets half its oil through the Gulf, warned this could spiral out of control. Even in the US, people are divided. Protests broke out in New York and LA, while lawmakers on both sides challenged the president's decision. And then there's the economic fallout. The price of oil shot up 10% overnight. Brent crude briefly broke $80 a barrel, and the head of the IMF is warning of a global recession if things get worse. Hundreds of foreign nationals, mostly Indian students, have already been evacuated from Iran, a reminder of just how quickly ordinary lives get upended by conflict. So what happens next? Iran is promising retaliation. The US and Israel are bracing for more, and the rest of us are left hoping that Operation Midnight Hammer doesn't turn into something even darker. If you want more updates as this story unfolds, don't forget to subscribe. I'll be breaking down every major twist, so you stay ahead of the headlines.